everybody, welcome back to another episode of Four Dads Podcast. You got your host Tees and Don Julio today with a little bit of a different spin on the podcast today. You guys should be seeing a little bit of golf, the video game world, the simulation world into it. Going to play some PGA Tour 2K while discussing and going over our podcast, just like we normally do. We're going to play 18 holes at East Lake Golf Club, where they just completed the Fedex Cup playoffs. So basically, Julio and I are just doing a little match play just for fun, and it's going to last just as long as our 18 holes are going to be. So before we jump into that... just want to obviously say thank you everyone for watching, listening. If you haven't checked us out on TikTok, definitely follow us there. We got a lot of content we're pushing. I know Julio's been trying to create trying to get some footage for his videos. I'm definitely trying to pull out footage on my Break 80 videos. I had one recently posted last week, and definitely check us out on all social medias. We're trying to be out there and push as much golf content as possible. I'd say let's just jump into it right now and get into it so we can get this podcast started. Julio is playing on his PS5. I am playing on my Xbox Series X. And it looks like there's a countdown on this one. I don't remember last time that we did this, there was a countdown. But this will be interesting, see how it is. Julio and I played one match last week, I believe, just after our last podcast. And it was kind of cool. It's the first time they really added crossplay. And if you don't understand what that means, it just means you used to only be able to play people with Xbox. You could never go PS5 and Xbox. So we're doing that here. We're getting this going. And so, Julio, with the FedEx Cup playoffs ending, Viktor Hovland, what did you think? That guy was just on a heater the whole 4 days, man.
I mean, it shows, man. $26 million in 8 days.
Dude, freaking insane.
Oh my God, what the? Whoa.
What?
That was a crazy shot.
But yeah, I felt like, again, we talked about the week before Scotty Scheffler and his putting, and that let him down. Oh my gosh, I've never seen someone struggle so much from being in the top. He, like we said last week, he still did enough to make it to number one, even though he had all those struggles. And you're like, there's no way. And this guy's like, yeah, well, I mean, there kind of is a way. And I was definitely pulling for Scotty, but I was like, wow, I did not expect Viktor to just be on such a hot streak. Like,
I mean that 40 footers he made against Schauffele, like for par, you could just see Schauffele's like over. Like the guy can't miss.
That's all she wrote.
Literally. I mean, you could just see his face.
And what's great is, when is the Ryder Cup? The Ryder Cup will be in is it in a few weeks?
Oh my God, no.
Oh, you didn't read the right.
Yeah, it is. I think it's coming up in 2 or 3 weeks.
So all we can do is hope that he cools down by then, because I know he is part of the European team, and that dude.
I mean, we got Brooksie's there, which we talked about, and you said there wasn't a chance he was going to be there.
I felt like I feel like what they're probably going to do is, obviously, like you said, they picked Brooksy. Oh, dang, you smashed that thing.
Dude, what level are you playing on right now?
We're playing on Pro. What do you usually play on?
Oh, okay. I'm just like, why is this seeming like it's so much harder right now? But whatever.
What do you play on?
No, I mean, I play on Pro, but it, like,
I
don't know, maybe it's just a course. I don't know.
Right? But yeah, I mean, like, Viktor. Oh my gosh. What is going on here, dude? Wow. Okay. Well then. Okay. Bold strategy, Cotton. See how it plays out for him. See if I can put it away. Oh. Okay. Can he convert for the Bogue? Okay. So yeah, so with the whole Ryder Cup, now we're talking about the Ryder Cup. I think that Brooks Koepka was added. Obviously, you can't not add him because of how well he played in the majors. Oh, Julio just gave me a 1-up. Oh, see ya, ball. Bye bye.
Dude,
And I feel like they're just using him as a cop out. Where yeah, these greens are freaking nasty. Whatever. Okay. Um, they're using a cop out where they could have easily taken Bryson. They could have easily taken DJ, just Destin Johnson, but they didn't. And because of that, like, dude, I've been on freaking Facebook just talking so much smack to people, being like, "Well, dude, oh yeah, JT definitely deserved it, blah blah blah." And I'm like, dude, you have Bryson DeChambeau or Dustin Johnson. Oh well, how about people playing in I'm talking about like people playing like regular tournaments, like actual professional tournaments, like not like casual stuff. And it's like, oh dude, if you got a hole in one right here, like it's so frustrating talking to some of these people because I'm like, dude, like PGA is not going to reward you for your loyalty right now. Like they don't care that you're just stepping up for them. Like where was this? Obviously, not many of us were around, but like, oh, did I make it? Drained it. Where was this energy? Like we talked previously with Jack Nicklaus, and when he left the PGA to PGA Association, I think the original PGA to create the PGA Tour,
it goes to USGA.
the USGA to create the PGA Tour,
Yeah.
and it just irritates me because it's at the end of the day, the Ryder Cup has picked the best U.S. golfers. It's not picked the best PGA Tour golfers, and obviously they picked Brooks, but I think that was like if they didn't, then people would really have been upset and made a huge thing about this because
Again, it just doesn't make sense that everybody is a part of the PGA now. Everyone is on.
yeah, exactly. That's another thing.
It
They
just doesn't.
converged or whatever, right? So
It doesn't make sense. And that's why I'm like, where's the like? Why isn't drive the game?
well, been hitting the weight room. You feel me? Go with a putter. Bold move, Cotton.
I
um,
say like I just don't understand
I don't
how.
get it either, man. Like it's been like that for what, a couple months now, right? Where that one day that the PGA Tour and Live apparently merged, and people are still getting all panties up in a wad, like, oh well, one's better than the other, one's this and that, and it's yeah, I agree. There shouldn't be any issues at
There
the end of
shouldn't
the
be.
day.
I mean, there shouldn't be any restrictions now at this point. Like, I mean, let's be realistic. The guys who have been the best players have continued to be the best players
Yeah,
on the tour.
exactly,
I mean,
exactly. I completely agree. And oh no, you're playing like tees in real life right here, huh? Don't hit in the bunker. Don't hit in the bunker. Ah! Um. Oh no. Oh no. Oh Hulu, you got to add a little height to that. Um. You lock it in. Uh. But yeah, I feel like the whole thing that really irks me is Zach Johnson's whole job is to pick the best players, choose the best players
where the
for
hell is
one,
Sam Burns coming there? Coming off it.
right? But not just that, like you also he's like, oh, I didn't have enough time. I didn't have enough time watching the other players, or I wasn't able to watch all the other ones because they're on another tour. It's like, dude, it's your freaking job to watch them. You're
You have
telling me
known
that
for a year. You've known
like
this that you're going to be a captain.
you're set for life and money. You're good. Just go watch the other freaking tours. Do you have cable? Do you have YouTube? You could easily watch how they play. There are all these ways to watch. Oh, well, I'm gonna be able to drive the green again. I'm gonna make Julio really mad. Oh, oh. But it's such a easy cop out. And then he said with Justin Thomas, yeah, well, you can't have Ryder Cup and not have Justin Thomas. Yeah, you can. You really could have. He's been terrible this year. He has
Yeah,
not earned it.
somebody said that he's like one of the best competitors, and I commented on there to the guy's response saying, "Oh, so are you basically saying he's like the Ian Poulter of the U.S. then?" Like we've seen better performances from Patrick Reed against Rory than we have Justin Thomas.
And just because you're a good competitor doesn't mean that you're a great.
Dude,
Okay, hold on a second.
something whatever.
No. I'm gonna check on the next hole because I felt like I was much closer up than you were for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like on my drive, I was like, my drive doesn't go 390, and I think you were 390 from there. That was weird. Did you find out I'm playing from the women's tees?
Too slow. Fucking too slow. Can't get this transition down, bro. Like a tranny.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, I felt like it's just so dumb, dude. It's just such a dumb thing, and honestly, I don't really even care this year in the sense that
That's kind of the sad. That's honestly kind of the sad thing. Is like I think it's not so much about really the fans anymore. It's just well, I wouldn't say it's about the fans. And just like it just seems like this year with everything that's been going on with Live and
mm-hmm.
everything that it's just kind of secondary to what the PGA and the Golf Association and USGA is truly focused on, which is just fill in their pockets. In all honesty,
Right, right, and I don't know how you just go out there and you're like, yeah, well, like I said, just because you're a good competitor doesn't mean you're a great winner or like you're gonna win. Like there are a lot of great competitors that just don't win. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means being a competitor doesn't mean that. If he was a
yeah,
great competitor, he would have grinded out his
you
majors,
are
and
hitting from different tee boxes.
I am.
Yeah. So it says you're hitting from the blue tees, and I'm playing from those. I don't know.
Okay,
Do I
so it
have
says
that now?
362 for me. Let's see what it says when you get up there. Oh, geez. Let's see here. If anything, we'll back out and we'll set up 420. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Let's reset this. We can still talk and stuff, but I want to make sure we're playing on the same tee. This kind of effed up. Oh no, I think it backed out. Okay. So I'll just send you the code. So just be on the lookout for the code on your phone. But yeah, I mean, what with the rest of like you just said with Sam Burns, I heard he had played really well over the last few years, but at the same time, it's like, dude, like Sam Burns, why are you on the list over Bryson DeChambeau? Like, I don't know. The whole thing this year, the live thing has played too much of a bias, and it's really annoying. It's really freaking annoying. Okay, we're gonna play front nine. Here we go. Now I can do it.
Do I have to
Tees.
back all the way out?
What happened?
Oh, nothing. So that's cool. That's cool.
Did you get the code?
I did.
Okay. We're gonna play the Sunday pins. We'll just play the back nine. But yeah, so anyway, since we were talking about that, any personal golf news? Have you played golf over the last few weeks? Have you?
Yeah, I went out and played Monday. Played well. I've been more just trying to break away to play, honestly, because I've been so busy with work that it's like I just haven't been thinking about like, oh, let me film this. I honestly have just been so busy. I really just haven't even thought. I really just haven't even thought about it. I've just been just trying to enjoy my round.
Yeah. Well, you learn to enjoy it once you start recording. It takes some time.
Yeah, I will tell you, like, man, I still just haven't gotten used to like pulling the camera out, put it down, my 3-step routine, and then like get back in. One of the guys that I play with are always like, all right, we're moving, like we're trying to keep the rhythm, we're moving, So
Right. No, I hear you.
that's just me.
It just takes a little bit of time, but all right, we should be playing on the same tees here. I'm gonna be really irritated if we're not.
Yours is still okay. Yeah, it says blues. Okay, cool.
Oh, blues and blues. I see that. Blues and blues, the fourth pin. Okay. What I think I did I think I might have changed something and you didn't change yours. I don't know. Just click ready. Let's get it going. But yeah, so trying to think here. Monday, Labor Day coming up. I will be playing Madeira Municipal. Apparently, I looked at the golf course on their website. They changed it to Madeira Golf Course. So I don't know if that's like a new thing. I'm hoping it means that things are better because it's not a bad course, but it's not, pristine. But yeah, I mean, looking forward to playing. It's supposed to be mid 80s. Tomorrow I'm going to be in Modesto for work, outside, 100 degrees, in pants. It's going to suck. Help.
No bueno, no bueno.
No bueno. What do we got coming up over the next few weeks for golf? Nothing really, huh? There's no college golf or anything, or
no college golf.
yeah,
Maybe it's not that I know, but I mean, for me personally, I've just been I'm just trying to spend time with the family. Honestly, dude. Like
yeah,
I've been wanting to get out and go, play the way that I can, especially since the sun is still, Sunday's rough for mine. I'm just trying to enjoy it as much as I can. But even like this Sunday, um, people like, "Oh, you're gonna go play golf?" I'm like, "Why don't we like go to the winery or something, just hang out?"
mm-hmm.
They're like, sure, sure. I'm like, yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yeah.
kind
I got
of
a
just
question
like,
for you. I got a question for you, golf related, in terms of your own rounds and when you'd like to go. If you had to only pick one specific time to go golfing for the rest of your life, like you had to go at this time, no matter what part of the year it was or anything like that. What time is the perfect time in your opinion for a round of golf? No matter if it's summer, winter.
9 a.m.
That's when you would like to go. 9 a.m. That'd be your ideal one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's cool. If it's winter time,
It's
it's
freezing.
basically, well, no, it's not. It's not freezing. It might be a little windy, but then come 12 o'clock, it, heats up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I mean, I think 9 o'clock. What about you?
For me, it's 11. I feel like 11 is like the sweet time in the sense where you, if it's in the summer, oh, that might go a little right. If it's in the summer, you just beat the heat of the day. And I honestly have not had any issues with the heat of the day out here, even playing in like 105, which is crazy. If you'd have told me this 5, 7 years ago, I'd call you insane. Growing up in San Luis Obispo my whole life, but oh, good ball. Um, but in the winter, 11 o'clock still gives enough time to thaw out the morning dew and things like that. And then on top of that, it'll warm up by 2, 3, and it's still not dark enough
Yeah.
where you'll have your round cut short. Oh, did that go? Oh,
Oh, have you have, have oh what have you gone and tested out the new T100?
no. I don't know where I could even test them, honestly.
Have you done?
I'm not going in the freaking. The only thing that I would do, I heard they're having a demo day September 9th. Did you? Oh, they're having a demo day September 9th in 2 weeks. And the only time I would be, obviously on grass. I'm not going and hitting them off of freaking turf, for one. And
Gotcha.
two, with my jumbo grips now, dude, the only downside of jumbo grips is no clubs.
Yeah, that's one sick.
You're not gonna be able to try any clubs with
Yeah.
jumbo grips. Hey, you mind throwing on some jumbo grips on a 7-iron real quick?
You know what? That they should offer something like that. I
They
mean,
should,
if you're gonna go for a full on fitting, like why would you not have a jumbo grip? I mean, you
right?
might, I don't know, you might only have like maybe one or two people that are, yeah, that's totally the one that I'm looking for. That's exactly what I play. But then there's
Mm-hmm.
uh, the
Right?
other the other 95% are like, I would never, yeah,
99%.
I would
Jumbo
never,
grips people are people too, okay?
yeah, I would never touch that.
Yeah. Oh, what a shot. Oh,
But
did you get lucky? Ooh.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, no, I
that
mean,
that is a big factor because now that I have those Grip Master, what is it, IMGs or PMG grips, I don't think
mhm.
I'll ever go back to like a Z Ford or, I mean, those things are just so tacky and they feel incredible.
And that's the
I mean,
downside. Like I
yeah,
know we've talked offline about Mizuno and everything. If we were to get fitted, would that guy be able to do that kind of stuff, or would it all just be based off of the standard kind of stuff? I'm
I
sure they
think
can add stuff on, but like to like an order.
yeah,
But
I don't know. I mean, I would assume for you, right? Like, probably would have to do it on your own, and then for me, it'd probably be like, oh yeah, you just have to. I don't know. You may have to spend a little bit more just because of how expensive those grips are. But yeah,
right.
yeah.
Now we got a
But
square. Go for it.
what I'm shocked about though is like even through the summer when I put them on and how like sweaty my hands get, or not sweaty, but just how much I sweat and my glove gets sweaty and all this different stuff. I'm kind of like, man, dude, these things have been put through the freaking test and they're doing incredible.
Yeah. And do you have to ever wipe them down, or do
Uh,
you?
I wipe them down after every swing. Like
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, I wipe them down. Not with water, but just take off, on the dry spot. But
Yeah.
I like them, man. I mean, they're great. On Monday, I did pull out my Phantom.
Oh,
I did pull out my Phantom to go roll that putt, or to go roll some putts, and it just doesn't fit right to me. I mean, now that I play putter without a line, I'm like, I don't think I care to go back. I don't like it. It just looks weird. It makes me
you
second
freaking
guess.
people that use lines on your putters, freaking peasants.
It honestly does make me like second guess
Yeah.
my shot. I'm just
Your
kind of like,
reads.
yeah. I'm like, is this right? No, I'm not lined up over it. Yeah, this is
Right.
cool.
I could see that. I could see that. I mean, it's just like anything where you see some people like, how do you use that? And they're like, oh, well, it's just what I'm used to, and
Yeah,
that's at the end of the day, that's all it is. And you play with you play comfort levels. A combination of
yeah,
being comfortable and confident. If you're playing with things with clubs that will help you, but you
yeah.
aren't confident with them, they're just going to be as bad as a bad set of
I,
clubs for you if you're not confident.
I saw this thing. I saw this thing on.
Oof, that would be a tough shot.
I think it was a TaylorMade YouTube channel, and
Hmm.
how they were talking about how they have like a special tape that they use for Tiger Woods. It's literally like the thinnest regripping
It was
tape.
Rory. It was
Rory,
Rory.
Rory,
I saw
Rory.
that too. I saw it too.
Yeah, it's like the thinnest. It's literally like the thinnest regripping tape you could possibly use. And they were like, we put regular grip on the club just to see if we could actually feel it. They said he brought it back like right after walking out the door and was like, this one feels,
Within putting it in his hands within like two
this one,
seconds, like this is not right.
yeah. He was like, this one feels enormous. And then they they mentioned that for Rory being as small as he is, he actually has like pretty big hands. And so they were kind of mentioning that, and they're like, it's incredible how much field these guys have in their hands. They're like, everyone talks about Tiger and how Tiger's, you know, total hand play. Like, he
Hmm.
needs a quarter grip, feels everything, hasn't changed anything in years. It's all the
Yeah,
same stuff.
it
Yeah.
really is, man. Like golf is such a dang feel game that, like, at the end of the day, like if you're hitting thousands of balls in a day, like when the tiniest little changes compared to like me and you, where we might be able to notice some of the changes, but not as small as some of the other ones, especially when you're hitting the same club every single day. Like, what was it? Like when Tiger Woods, when he actually got his Scotty Cameron putter, like the first, like when he won like a custom one or whatever. I don't know how old he was, but like the reason why, oh, what a putt, Julio. Um, what's it? Tiger Woods said that like his putter was like putter head was too heavy. He needed like a
Yeah.
gram or 2 grams like cut out of the putter, and they had to find out how to get rid of that. And that's where the dots came out of, because he cut holes in it, and that's where I think the one on the face, he wanted a little bit less weight off of the heel, and I think that's the one that he like won all those majors with, right? Like the
Oh,
200K
wow.
putter, and like that's why, because he wanted some weight distribution somewhere, right, or wherever it was. That's where like the little dots are on the Scotty Cameron putter that he had, and
Okay, go.
that's gonna roll out the bottom. That's not bad. You made it. Um, But it's just like things like that where you give me a putter and you give me one with like 2 grams less in the face. I'm like, why'd you give me the same putter?
Yeah, yeah. Well, so
Same thing.
in
Oh
that
no.
that's just, oh,
Oh, dagger.
so I switched up some. I switched up. I made a pretty big switch in my bag. So I took my three wood out and I put a 2 iron in. Took my 3 iron out and I'm playing a 64-degree wedge now. Dude, I'm lights out with that thing.
How
Like,
far are you hitting that full swing?
so I'm not hitting anything full swing. I'm literally just going like chest to chest. For only 65 in, and on a few that I pulled driver out on one of the shorter par fours,
Hmm.
I ripped it, had exactly like 55 yards in. I'm like, okay, good to hit. And the thing has so much spin, it just
I was gonna
sits.
say,
It's I got the Phil Mickelson Mac Daddy. Oh my god, bro.
dude, you gotta definitely make a video of like you with the wedges and just
Oh,
and now I have to putt. Thanks, dude. You had to miss that. Now I have to miss my putt, and when I miss it, I'm gonna have to putt again, all just to. Oh, never mind. I drained it.
oh.
Okay, but like you gotta have a video and see how much feet of backspin you have. Because when I used to play the Mac Daddy wedges, I think I had the Mac Daddy threes, and
Hmm.
those things got so much spin where I had my distances wrong with a full swing because I would hit it. Let's say this is me just throwing out a random number. 56. Let's just say I would hit it like 115, right? But it'd come back 15 yards if I clipped it well. And I'm not exaggerating. Like it legitimately, you would like my buddy would be up at the green. And he'd be like, go right next to the hole and just, or you'd see the pitch mark and you're like, oh man, I had the distance right. It just went way back.
So I think if I were to put a full swing on it, it would probably be like 80 yards. But
80, come
yeah,
back about 30.
well, the thing, so I've been playing, so like I said, I've been playing the vice ball, right? And those things already have plenty of sit for me with my current irons, and I'm not upset with it at all.
Right.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Which is nice. It's just with these, it's like the ball just sits. My buddy Ryan, who I played with on Monday, he told me on the par number five, I took it over the trees and I only had like 60 yards in. He told me that the ball was like spinning like this in a circle, like on when it came down like a cue ball.
Was
And
it
I was
then
like,
like a Ouija board or what do they call that? Or like the
yeah, no, I don't think it's anything like that. He just said that the ball came down, it like came back just a hair and just was spinning like this. He's like, how'd you put side spin on it? I was like, I don't know. I mean, that ball didn't get any more than 6 feet or like
oh, that's my
10,
64 degree
10
for
feet,
you, bro.
10 feet off the ground. It just, I hit it low and it just hit, checked, and it said it was just spinning right there next to the hole. I mean, that's cool.
That's not a bad club to have in the bag, honestly.
Well, and the thing was, is like, oh my God, that ball came out hot. The thing,
Low. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh come on. Somebody's really,
the thing,
really.
the thing is that it's just a comfortable little like, okay, I'm on an uphill slope on the green side. I
Hmm,
can just
hmm.
land it right there. Or if I need to get over the bunker 60 yards, I can just, get handsy with it and I have all the confidence in the world hitting it compared to like my 58 where I'm like, okay, let's see how I do here, right? Like,
Yeah. I
I
need to
gotta
see a
be,
full swing flop shot and see how high you can get that ball and how short you can hit
I'm,
it.
I'm sure, dude, I had one on 14. I had one on 14 where, oh, is that it? No. I had one on 14 where, I was just off the green side, in the rough, and I literally just like spread my feet as far as I could and just swung right underneath it and just like hit the collar and like rolled for like a foot. And I was like, "Ooh, I like it!" I
Oh
was
man,
like, "Oh, nice."
I need something here, man. I'm down two on the 17th on the back nine. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You going for it? Julio looks like he's
Yeah.
going for it. He's going for the green here. Bold move, up two. All he needs to do is tie. Pulling out the big dog. Time to eat.
I hit that so well.
And it's looking great. It's going right for the bunker. Will it? Oh, is it gonna go over?
No,
Oh, okay.
I need to get in the middle of the green. I need to 7 miles an hour.
His thing's telling me to lay up. Come on, Mama didn't raise no chump. Oh, I hit it perfect. Let's see if I have the right shot on. We're gonna join Julio. You say, oh.
Oh, shit, that.
Ugh. Darn. Dang.
Yeah, but no, man. I mean, it was good. And then the Phantom, like I said, the Phantom. I was just like, I was like,
I lost. Oh, that kills. Oh no. Oh, wait. I'm trying to. There we go. Sorry. That's got
no,
to
you're
go
good.
in.
Oh, yeah, but a bite.
Ah! Bite, doggy, bite. We can actually go one more round of 9. Got enough time. But yeah, man. I mean, a 64. If anything, for me, that would probably. Oh, if you miss this, it doesn't matter. I'm going for 4 here. You can miss the next putt, I guess. That's about it. It's the Jordans. It's the Jays. It's all in the Jays, baby.
There we go.
All right. So I feel like it's been pretty
I
chill
got
so
a,
far.
I got a question for you.
Go for it.
What has been, and this is totally off subject. What has been like the toughest thing so far for you balancing work and being a dad?
Press X really quick. Work and let's see if we can keep this going without pushing in the room. Okay, cool. So we'll do front 9. Same thing. So balancing the obviously press X as well for ready perfect. So balancing, I would say that the most difficult thing is I'd say the age that my son is right now. Definitely he is opening up doors. Like I might have mentioned, I've been saying it a lot to everybody. Like he's like Kramer from Seinfeld, just popping open doors and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Just popping open anything he can. No one's safe anymore unless you have a lock on the door. And with him moving around so often and walking around, always opening things, getting into things, just being so mischievous, it's so hard to really get anything done because you're always like, it's quiet. Where is he? What's he doing? Did I close the bathroom door? Is he, what's he doing over there? But I would say that's, in my opinion, the most because before kids, I love working from home. I get my stuff done, go to the driving range whenever I wanted to, be on my own time, but now with my son, obviously driving range and golf time is more limited. On top of that, stress to get work done while he's chill, is difficult because you're trying to beat the clock when that's gonna not be so chill, or when he's not gonna be chill. But fortunately, we had a lot of help with my mother-in-law and Stephanie working from home as well, so that's clutch. But I would say that's probably it because also I feel somewhat bad at times because he's not in daycare, which daycare would be nice, but then obviously you have to trust him with other people. You got to pay for that. That's another expense. And but he is socially, with other kids his age and things like that. So I don't know. I would just say getting work done has been like the most stressful thing.
Yeah,
Because
it's the reason why I asked that is like today I had a super busy day. I had two of like my biggest calls with some of my ex company's biggest customers and just trying to get them to move over to my company that I'm with now.
dang it.
And like it was really hard. Like I mean, you just hate it because I always have Adelina takes a little bit longer than what she may write or what she needs. And then
Yep.
I catch the airport and it's like I'm trying to do my job. Like if I don't do these things, like we can't do anything. Like you
Mm-hmm.
realize, right? I
Yeah.
understand that her development and like getting her into good habits is crucial, but at the same time, it's like getting her into good habits. She's gonna learn them at some point. It's just like it's just like, and maybe that's not the right mindset to have,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
also it's just like, dude, I got a job I gotta do. Like,
Right.
and for
Mm-hmm.
mine, it's super demanding. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in charge of the Americas. Like, I need to get after everything possible. And for me, like, not to be having handover this meetings every day. It's like, it's to me, like when I look back at like what I was doing, you know, before as far as like performance, like I was killing it. I mean, I
Yeah.
had a 15 new meetings worth of business every single day, you know, and now I'm like, I can just get one big one, like I'm happy,
Right.
you know,
Right. Right.
and
Yeah.
I feel like that's okay, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like, I feel like that's okay to feel like that
Hmm.
because one, I'm symbolizing, you know, what's truly important, which is like, I do want to be with my daughter. I do want to be with my wife, but then also
Right.
too, I'm I'm trying not to let that little voice in my head say like, oh, you need to do all of this stuff and just be more positive
Hmm. Hmm.
and say like, hey, you're doing plenty, dude. You're
Yeah.
doing plenty. Like
Hmm.
things will come as they will. Prioritize what's important and kind of going through like what I went through with my previous company, you know, it does kind of confirm like work it really isn't everything. It really isn't. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
you can go find a job in anything, no matter what,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
It's it it just
And at the end
is
of the
it like
day, you could pass away tomorrow, and your companies would put up a job opening the next day. You
exactly
know, like
same thing here.
it's it. I was talking with someone today at one of my events where it's like you got to find that balance, and it's so hard because for some jobs, especially more than others, because you're only as good for what you've done lately. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if once you stop producing, or even if you are producing like you did in your previous job, and it just they would needed to cut people to save money or whatever the reason was, um, it wasn't out for your best interest. It was for
Yeah,
them looking out for themselves. And if you don't look out for yourself, at the end of the day, no one else is going to look out for you. Your wife or family might remind you to look out for yourself, but you're the one who has to make those decisions. And but you got to find that balance to obviously get things done while you know while working and not over or burning yourself out. Like the balance is so freaking tricky. Oof. And it's you just got to find it, and it's so hard, man, sometimes. But because, like you said,
yeah,
yeah, like without you doing things, you can't, or without you doing X, Y, and Z for your job, you can't do X, Y, and Z
yeah.
because that's
Performance.
what gives you the
It's
ability
yeah,
to do
it's
things.
performance. I'm like super performance based. If I'm not performing, they're like, what do we need you for?
Hmm.
You know?
Exactly, exactly.
And even just I mean, just the industry that I'm in, you know, tech, it's like right now it's hard stuff, man. You know, the market's down, everyone's trying to be extremely frugal of like every dollar they have, and you just convince that person, you know, hey, we're not really convinced, but you need to reassure them that, hey, I have your best interest in mind when I work talking client.
I hate
I
you.
have your best,
I
I
hate
have your
you.
best, I have your best interest in mind. You know,
Hmm.
let us help you.
Yeah.
And some are super receptive, and others aren't. And having, you know, just an incredible baby girl now is it definitely has taught me the patience. So I'm not
Hmm.
being so like, oh well, why not? Like what what am I saying maybe that's not clear enough? I don't think it's not that the message is clear enough. It's just in due time things happen, right? I
Hmm.
mean, I'm sure you and Stephanie deal with it all the time where you see on TikTok, you see on Instagram, like, oh, my baby's, you know, 4 months old already holding, or 2 months old already holding their head up doing this, right? Like,
Oh,
to
yeah.
do all this, or oh, my baby just finished swim, or oh, look at
Yeah.
you know, my baby's walking, my baby's
I
doing
hear
this.
about that. I hear about that.
Yeah,
Not me. I don't look at it, but I hear stuff, and I'm just like, okay, well, every kid's different. Like everyone handles it differently for one parent wise,
exactly,
but it's like
exactly.
every kid's different. You, as a kid, might have been a later or earlier than average. But same with
Yeah,
Thesis, and same with me. And it just everyone learns at different rates. And I'm
yeah,
like, he's gonna pick it up, and everything that
yeah,
my wife's been worried about, it happened within the next few days, and we're all good to go. And it's like,
yeah,
just let them do their thing, and everything's gonna be okay. Just trust the process.
Yeah.
I mean, especially growing up, or not growing up, but over the last like year and a half, like the leaps with babies, how
Mm-hmm.
on point these leaps were. It's like, oh, they're going to be entering leap 3 or leap 4 at this around this time, and it's like, no, they're not. And it's like, oh crap, yep, they did. Like that day, the next day. It's amazing all the things that they learn at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a hard for me for my balancing right now. I know it's obviously a different good shot. Uh, it's obviously a different job, but I try to get emails out of the way for when Stephanie does have to do her one-on-one meetings that she has. So when she does it, I can actually try and focus on Carter instead of just having all these emails to get to before. And it's such a tough balancing act because you also have to work around naps. And naps are like, at least for us right now, they're like 90% it's going to happen. 10% he might be shorter than expected, but for the most part, he's pretty solid. But when they're younger, those naps can be 38 minutes. They could be like an hour and a half. It just depends on snuck it in there.
Mm.
But nothing's worse than when you have a meeting at a particular time, plan to have the meeting around a nap, and then you get there and they're up, whether they didn't go down or they just woke up early, and you're like,
Oh, I've had that.
fudge.
I've had that so many times where, like, out of like little rocker that's like right here, you can hear the thing shaking over here.
Mm-hmm.
She, um, I can't tell you how many times she's been there and you hear her being like, because we're all talking, right? And
Right.
then there's times too where now, like, to bring up a little, I don't want to say it's like a walker, but like the little standing thing.
Yeah.
Um, I bring that thing up, dude. She's like laser focused. She's like, and then she just starts screaming out of nowhere, like, and I'm like, oh hey, this is so and so. I apologize. Like, no, man, like it's so beautiful to hear, and that's what's even crazier too. Is like, I feel like I'm getting, I feel like I'm getting like a lot more rapport, but also when she's in the room, like it breaks the ice because some of these other people, it's like I'm looking to know them from a professional standpoint, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, are
Yeah.
you the decision maker, right? And
Mm-hmm.
now they're like, oh, you have a daughter? Like, how old is she? I'm like, yeah. Oh, speaking of, it's so weird that she's only a baby for like 4 weeks, 4 weeks more than her birthday's coming on October 1st.
Well, she's still gonna be a baby, but yes, I know what you
But
mean.
it's more decent. She's like, oh my god, we only have a baby for 4 weeks longer. I'm like, she's still a baby. She's like, no, she's a toddler now. She's a toddler. I'm like, who said?
It's got to be a women thing. It's got to be a women thing
Yeah.
because I
I feel like,
know.
and I feel, I feel like that's where like a lot of our stress, like as far as, oh, oh my god, like
Oh
she's
no.
not doing her science, she's not doing her science, she's not doing her science, right? Like, where's that
Right. Right.
mama? Mama, I
Oh
love
man.
you,
Right.
right? Um,
Uh.
she's not doing her science, like something's not right. And then it's like, well, no, like she's fine. And I'm like, why? You don't even care. Like, what? Like that's where all of my stress comes from is like the baby's not performing to what every other baby is on
Right.
TikTok.
Right.
Like
Right. And
you
that's the
have,
thing. Like how
the only
often are you going to see
like,
a
hold on, hold on.
TikTok video? Go for it.
The only thing that I ever see on TikTok about kids is like these. I'm gonna put this politely. Like I guess I'll say like these over these overthinking moms who are like, oh, my daughter loves to stand like upside down more than she does and stand on her feet. Like she'll balance like in like the arch position. Like that's an early sign of autism. And I'm like,
Mm.
I don't know why these videos pop up, but I'm always like, really? Like, uh, I don't think you understand like what. Oh my
Ooh.
god, I hit the tree. I don't think you
Ooh.
understand like what autism is. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I like, it's not
Mm-hmm.
those things like you see. Like I saw another video where this woman was talking about how her daughter's like just super hyper excited, right? She's
Yeah.
running around. She's doing all these. Oh, you hit the tree too. She's doing all
No,
these.
I just didn't play a good cut, but yeah.
Oh, she's doing all these different things. Like she doesn't listen when I call her name, and I'm thinking, you know, I see that a lot in certain kids when their parents are trying to like take their attention away from either yelling, from crying, from calling their names because they are doing something that they want to focus on. So it's like giving them your phone, um, you know, something that
Yeah.
distracts them. Like where
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like, you kind of created that. That doesn't mean that you should have access, you
Yeah.
know? And
Exactly.
that's sort of even today, I went and got a haircut and I had to got a window with it. And she was doing great. She was doing great. And then all of a sudden she started to get upset. She was getting upset. And I put like the sound of Miss Rachel on and I
Hmm.
just put my phone like behind her and she was chill. But then it was like all the noise from the barbershop of like the
Yep.
buzzing,
The
the
high pitch.
yeah, the high pitch, the air compressors for like when they're blowing, for where they're blowing the hair off and all this
Hmm.
different stuff. Then that was where she started to kind of get like distracted and see her like jump like oh, and then she's getting upset.
Yeah.
Um, and that's like those are the things that are seen. But yeah, it's weird how I see all this different stuff, and I like when I see those things, I would be lying if I said I didn't like look at her and be like, ooh, nice ball.
Thank
If
you.
I didn't like look back and be like, are you doing this thing? And I'm like, no, don't. I was don't even do that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like regardless on social media, you're only going to see the really, really good and the really, really bad. You're not going to see someone that, unless they track their kid every single time with every single.
Boom.
You're going to miss a putt this freaking round or what, dude? My gosh. Like you're always gonna see like, oh my gosh, look at my baby. They started walking like 4 months. Like, look at me. Like, oh my gosh, my baby started talking at like 2.5 months. Like something
Yeah.
insane. And then you have all these women and moms, that majority of them, that are gonna be like, oh my gosh, something wrong with my baby. It's not doing it that early. Is there something wrong?
Mhm.
Or my baby's not as smart, or this or that. And it's like you're only gonna see the good and the bad. People don't post. They rarely post bad. It's usually only good, right? Like,
Oh.
that's gonna be a tough one. Bad ball, Walter. Um, like, ooh, even worse. Ooh, ugh. Well, it might not be too bad. Like for example, like one of our, like my sister-in-law, she had a trip. Oh, I'm gonna join you. She had a trip in Hawaii, and it looked like they had an excellent, amazing, fun trip. Like great pictures and everything. They come back, and she was like, "Dude, it was such a terrible trip. X, Y, and Z happened. I was so annoyed. I was irritated. All this stuff." And you're just like, "Oh, I didn't see." Like you don't see that on the photos, like, and it's just like it's fake.
Yeah.
95% of it is fake. One, it's either people are posting to help people, family, very rarely, but do people post to just show family members that aren't around? Here's the kid. Here's what's going on. Here's what we're doing as a family. Majority of it, it's like, look at us. Look what we're doing. All this good stuff. Sorry, I'm
Look
just
at
going
it.
to.
Yeah. I mean, I just think about that because, kind of going back to like our conversation with Nick, right? Like
Hmm.
Nick was talking about how, he works in the same industry as I do, and he's like, dude, it's not easy. Like it's tough,
Hmm.
And then I've 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 been thinking about like what he told us, right? Which is, um, you guys should try and do something that's more talks about like the struggles of being a dad,
Hmm.
And I always think about that. Like talking about golf is great, but it's like, dude, these are like real things that you and I experience like every day. And I know, you and I are pretty. We like to kind of keep to ourselves about certain things, but it's just like, man, I had to think about it today, and I was just like, so much. And the thing that's also hard too is like, oh shit, that ball's too far. Sit.
Go, 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 go.
But the thing that gets me every time is um what is it? Having to having to
Oh,
comfort my wife due to the uh the constant competition of other moms.
yeah,
And
it's
I'm like,
tough. It's
it's just
exhausting.
like, well, I wouldn't say it's exhausting. Like I feel like I need this is something that we signed up for, but it's also like, why does it matter to me? What is the big thing? What is the competition? Like, are you just happy
Hmm.
of that you have a good man? Are you happy about whatever? Like, what is, tell me, please. Help me understand.
Well, yeah,
So,
I mean, in the sense that like with all the reassurance and all the effort you put into that, we put into that, and men put into that. You kind of think like, what more? Maybe what are we not saying that's making it click, right? Because like I said before, at the end of the day, like you have to be the one that makes those decisions on some things. You can what? What do they say? Like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. Like it seems like being like a coach. Like you can be as positive as you want, but like if the person you're talking to doesn't take it that way, well then it's not going to do any good.
yeah, again, but it's, like part of marriage. It's a partnership. It's,
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
you're going to go through the goods and the bad, no matter how good something may be.
Yeah.
And I think just as those times kind of come, like, and again, like, I think the other thing is too, is there's something that we will never be able to understand is the postpartum, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. With all those hormones and everything. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the hormonal ups and downs, like, that's something we'll never ever know. So it's like, you know, I know
Well,
Lisa
just the
says,
hormones in general, just those in general, like that we don't
yeah,
get, and the mood swings because of that. And it's not like them, but it's their body.
yeah.
Like,
Like, I know Issa doesn't ever really say this much, but I know, like, through that time, I helped her through some dark times on, you know, she never really said anything, but it's just like, I got you. Like, it's okay, you
mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
And even just doing things as small as, like, just doing some things as small as just like, hey, get out here, go get your clothes done, go get
Mm-hmm.
go do something, right? Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, go, the baby's gonna be fine.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I got lucky there. But yeah, no, exactly. I mean, yeah, we're just there to make sure that, or
yeah,
just to be
but
that shoulder to lean on. Thank you, sir.
yeah,
Please miss your putt now. Please miss it. Thank you.
they, kind of going like to just going back to TikTok, right? Talking about that. The one thing that kind of irks me a bit is um about it is like, oh, is the
I hate you.
constant complaining from certain dudes that are just like, oh, we didn't expect us to do this and expect us to do that. And it's like, dude, it doesn't change even when you get married. It's just you found that one person that you're growing together with.
Right.
You are doing something together. Like, you're gonna see the worst of the worst of your person
Mm-hmm.
because you guys are together. It's not like
Exactly.
dating where you absolutely no tie, you have
Yep.
absolutely no commitment. I mean, the worst thing that you're gonna hear is, oh yeah, I, and for all of you men, husbands and wives that may see this, like, I'm not saying that it's like this, but from a dating aspect, not a marriage aspect. If you went to go cheat, it's whatever. You're just called an asshole and a cheater to that person, like, forever. If you do that through marriage, like, you've lost everything, you know? So it's like when you go through and you pick that one person, you need to make sure that they are your absolute everything. You're
Mm-hmm.
complete ride or die through the shittiest of times and the best of times. Like, got to. And
I agree.
if you don't, like, don't even think about it. I saw this thing
I agree.
where what's that guy's name? Harvey, black dude. Um, oh my god,
Harvey?
yeah, he's got the big smile, big smile.
Harvey Elder? No. Larry
No.
Elder. That's Larry Elder. Oh boy. I don't know.
Harvey, he has a show, but all he talks about is literally, you know, finding your person. And he had this one woman who spoke and said, like, oh yeah, I've been with my boyfriend for this long. Like, why hasn't he asked me to marry, right? Or marry him? And
Mm-hmm.
he was just like, why does he need to? Like, you have to understand, men, we are on a financial clock, right? We literally want to make sure we have everything in place when we make that decision because we want to give you the world. Women have a fertile clock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're starting to keep on 30, you're thinking, oh, I'm never gonna have kids again. Like I could never do it, right?
Yeah. Right.
But most women in their 20s are like, I don't even want to think about kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
most. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So it's he was saying, for men, you're never ever gonna hear them open and say like, hey, I don't have the funds because it's a chink in the armor, is what he says to most women.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have the funds. And he goes, you'll never ever see a woman who will be like, if you could just get me something from a Cracker Jack box that resembles it, like, cool, let's do it. Right? We can just save and get eloped and do whatever we need to do. Or not, yeah, get eloped at City Hall and that's it. And just start building together.
Yeah.
And I was like, that, to me, when I heard that, I was like, I think about what Thesis and I went through, before all of this happened. Like, I was working 3 jobs. I remember several times, like, knowing I had to get up at 3 a.m. or no, sorry, 1 a.m. in the morning to get down to UPS, and I'd just be like in bed with her, so frustrated, so exhausted, like cry. And she told me like, hey, there's no need to get upset. This is literally just a stepping stone to something better. Like, keep staying positive, keep doing what you're doing, and things will change. Like, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'd be where I am, if it wasn't for her. And
of course not. Yeah.
It's hard. Like, just
life is hard.
Yeah, dude. I'm just so grateful for her and everything that she does, even through, like what we just said, even through the times I was just like, what more do I need to do? I just told you you're beautiful. Like, what do you want? I just relax and watch my show.
I'm not mad. I'm not yelling.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you taking that tone with me? What are you talking
about? I'll give you a tone. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, life is tough, and as long as you have that person that you can count on, it makes it a little bit easier, especially with the highs and the lows. And like you said, you definitely want to make sure that person is the absolute person that one, that you will go to bat for, and 2, they will back you up. So it's not just one way. Because if you have one way, it's doomed. Whether it's you're the one that's more committed, or they're the one that's more committed, it's not good. But I feel like this is a good time right here to end this podcast for here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us in the back. I feel like, at least for me, I was definitely very distracted in trying to game and trying to win, which I failed miserably. And the only chance that I had to win was when I was a couple tee boxes up against Julio and I was able to drive the green. But let us know what you guys think about this. If possible, I might even post some of it on TikTok to try and just see what people think of 2 guys just gaming, talking to golf, talking life, talking parenting, talking marriage, all that fun stuff. But next week we will be having on a guest speaker, or I guess a guest. One of my buddies that I grew up playing football with. He actually created Club Caddy, which is an award-winning all-in-one golf facility management software that I think also helps with not just being entirely cloud-based, but it helps businesses, management systems, helping with the golf industry. Plus, on top of that, they work with Sierra Golf Management, which is out here in Fresno in the Central Valley. So the golf course that I'm playing, Madera Municipal is part of it. I think Airways is part of it in Fresno. So they are part of it, which is really cool. And he lives in Michigan, which is crazy right now. He is a Michigan fan as well, Julio. So we always have banter there and back. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this pod up, and we will see you guys next week. Stay fly, go low, and hope you guys enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Take care, everybody.
Guys, have a safe weekend.